After 522 days, it's time to come home. It's a brand new season, which means a brand new series of Park Life. Coming up on the first Park Life of the season, we hear from manager Matt Taylor and new signing Sam Nombe about Saturday's game, and Jed Pernberthy gives us a lowdown on the opposition. But first, Will Barrett caught up with our new captain NJ for the matchday programme. Here is a little snippet of what he said. If you want to read the whole thing, make sure you pick up a Grecian on Saturday.
Of course, I'm aware that you were a gymnast in your time. Have you been watching the Olympics? Do you still pine after an opportunity to go down the gym and do some gymnastics? What's your sort of life in sport on a gymnastics front?
Well, I absolutely have been watching the Olympics. It's been, I mean, all the talk before was it going to go ahead? What's it going to be like? But I've absolutely watched it, and the gymnastics was something that I looked out for, and I obviously watched Max's routine, and it was amazing, really. So I'm well into all sorts of sports, and gymnastics is obviously, like you said, something that I did when I was a little bit younger. I'd love to be able to say that I could still do everything. I probably can't do as much as I used to, but I could still got a few tricks up my sleeve if I ever need them. But I think that's helped me in football, having that core from gymnastics, I think. So but yeah, I do love watching it, especially at the Olympics.
We caught up with the manager Matt Taylor ahead of Bradford's visit on Saturday. Here he is with his thoughts on the game and how he can't wait to have the fans back at the park.
But we want to score goals, we want to entertain. We've always got a young group of players here, full of academy products and good players who've come through the academy, and they play a certain style of football. Hopefully we can keep implementing that style of football throughout the season as much as we possibly can, and bring back some good results and get a good goal return in relation to that. So we're looking for a strong start, not just on Saturday but over the next couple of weeks, and we play some of the top teams early on in the season, so we'll get a real marker in terms of where we are.
Obviously, for some supporters that weren't here in December for the 3 games we had, it's going to be 522 days since they were last here. Do you have a message for those supporters who are going to be making their first trip back?
I mean, it's such a long time. For those who didn't witness live sport last season, and even the ones who did will testify it was totally different. So they've been away for a long period of time, but they'll be welcome back, but they've got to be comfortable coming back into this environment and our match day environment. So no one quite knows what it will feel like, how people will react. So I'd say just err on the side of caution with everyone's behaviour and responsibility, certainly for the first few weeks of the season, whilst we just get an understanding of what it feels like and the reactions off the back of that. And no one's perfect, certainly we're not perfect in relation to the club. So people might just have to be patient to start with, but then get behind the team and the club, be in full voice, and be ready for what will hopefully be a full capacities pretty soon.
A man who's been getting a lot of love on social media during pre-season is our new striker, Sam Nombe. He was the man in front of the camera for this week's interview ahead of the game, and here he is about how he can't wait to get going in front of the fans.
I know they will be loud, and that's all I'm asking for you guys to be loud, put pressure on them, and it makes it easier for us to play, because we're going to love the support you guys give us.
I know we've had a few pre-season games and there's been a few hundred here and there, but is it going to be strange for you playing in front of a big crowd again?
No, I don't find it strange at all. To be fair, I'm just more up for it. The fans, like playing in the empty stadium, it's all about you getting up for it yourself, up for the game. But with the fans, it gives you that extra boost, extra boost to do that extra yard, to do that extra movement. Like it gives you a bit of morale, especially behind the team, and they're going to support us and push us forward.
For many of you, I'm sure it's been a long time since we last made that walk up Wells Street. And as much as we want to have a normal match day as possible for you, there are a few things that will have changed when you get here on Saturday. Here's a handy little video we made for you during the week so you know what to expect when you come back. Grecians, it's time to welcome you home as the new season is upon us. We want to make sure you have an as normal match day as possible, but here are a few changes you need to be aware of. One question we've been getting asked a lot about is the use of COVID passes. While the club will not be enforcing the use of COVID passes, we do ask that every supporter is vigilant and does their bit to protect their fellow Grecians. If you could take a lateral flow test within 48 hours of match day, or if you're double jabbed, that goes a long way to making sure that everybody is safe. And of course, the current rules for masks are in place. They're not mandatory, but if you feel comfortable wearing one or can do when moving about the stadium, please do so. I'm sure you are all used to seeing the players come through Red Square before the game, meeting them, getting photographs and autographs, but unfortunately they won't be coming through Red Square for the time being. That is to keep them and yourselves safe. After all, the last thing we'd want is an outbreak amongst the first team. If you do see them around the ground before the game, please keep your distance from them. Like I said, that is to protect both themselves and you. If you're coming to the game, we ask you please purchase tickets in advance. This is to minimise queues around Red Square and the ticket office on match day. There's the option now to purchase tickets on your phone, and you can show them on your phone, so no need to print them off either. If you are collecting tickets here on match day, please arrive in plenty of time, again, to minimise the queues in and around Red Square. The ticket booth is open from 12 p.m. Another thing to make you aware of, if you're looking forward to going to Leyton Orient for our second league game of the season, tickets will be on sale before the game and after the game. But before the game, sales will be ceasing at 2 p.m. to allow the priority of this match day here. If you're looking to join your fellow Grecians on the Big Bank on Saturday and you're hoping to pay on the gate, you can do so, but only via Stadium Way. If you're looking to go up the Jungle Path, then you will need to purchase in advance or from the ticket booth before the game. If you are joining us for match day hospitality on Saturday, get here early. We're open from 12. Get upstairs and enjoy some light refreshments before the game. And you are in for a treat with our brand new menu from club partners Complete Events. EFL guidelines state that the pitch here at SJP must be designated a red zone, which means only first team players and first team staff can access it. Unfortunately, that means there will be no halftime entertainment or presentations before or after the game. We hope that you feel comfortable as we return to normality here at the park. But should you have any concerns on match day, we will be operating 2 socially distanced blocks, one in each seated stand. If you want to move to either of these blocks during the game or beforehand, speak to the nearest steward. Now, the all-important one for those youngsters and the young at heart, the Junior Grecian Zone will be open as usual before the game. That's 12:30 for members and 1:30 p.m. for everyone else. All the usual frivolities in there, the TV, the PlayStation and the table football, and of course the kiosk in there as well. Of course, the club shop will be open from 12 p.m. as well. So if you haven't yet, make sure you pick up one of these beauties. I love that away kit and I hope you do too. Plenty of time to pick up that one before the game. How we've all longed for one of these with our fellow Grecians in centre spot. The good news, centre spot is open from 11 a.m. and Feck Race are here as well with their selection of real ales and ciders. We'll have the early kick-off on from 12:30 and after the game, the Community Shield between Leicester and Man City as well. And in even better news, after the game, pints of Carlsberg, Thatcher's and Tribute are only £3. We've all worked extremely hard to get the ground ready for your return, and now it's time for you to do your bit by keeping your fellow Grecians safe. If you have any feedback for us on your matchday experience, don't hesitate to get in touch. Customer services at exetercityfc.co.uk. Have a great day, enjoy the game, and come on you Grecians. Everyone at the club was truly saddened to hear of the passing of former manager Terry Cooper last week. Terry was the man who brought the 1989-90 Division 4 title to the club. He was a hugely popular figure at St James Park, and on Saturday we'll be observing a minute's applause in his memory. Last season, Jed Penberthy brought you all you needed to know about our opposition. Here I am stood in the away end, so here he is for the first time with the lowdown on Bradford. I guess you could call it the return of the Jedi?
Formed in 1903 out of a cash-strapped rugby club, Bradford City have been footballing giants ever since. The Bantams, a nickname derived from the chicken-like club colours, squawked their way to the FA Cup title in 1911, just 3 years after claiming the Division 2 title. That said, a measly 15th place finish last season in Sky Bet League 2 condemned Stuart McCall to the fire in December, and though interim bosses Mark Truman and Connor Sellers steadied the ship, a new direction was needed. Now under new management with Derek Adams at the helm, the former Plymouth Argyle boss has surprisingly taken the reins at Valley Parade, just months after winning the League 2 playoffs with Morecambe. So far, the Scotsman has brought in 9 of his own players, 2 of which I picked as danger men last season for their respective clubs. Abu Issa and Carolyn Lavery made their move to West Yorkshire this summer, and with their talents firmly apt for a title push. This year they will make their new home at the recently renamed Utilita Energy Stadium, or Valley Parade to us nostalgia freaks. Comfortably the largest of all the League 2 stadiums this year, the 25,000 seater stadium was being used way before football by Mannington RFC. The ground previously hosted youth internationals and also hosted England women's first ever international under the auspices of the FA in 1994 in a friendly against Spain. It's 16 all in the heads-to-heads between the Grecians and the Bantams after Exeter City stole a 3-2 win back in February. That came after the 12th draw between the two sides earlier in the season in November. And finally, Bradford City share an interesting record with Chelsea as the only 2 teams in the Football League to have been inducted into the top 4 tiers of English football before even playing a game of football. How do they wing that? You know, wings, like a bantam.
It's been a busy summer in the transfer window behind the scenes here at St James Park, with 9 new faces joining the ranks. Here is a quick reminder of those 9 new faces and a little bit about them. First through the door, joining in a player coaching capacity, was Scott Brown. He played all 46 games for Port Vale last season and now is a very useful addition to the backroom staff here at SJP. Also in nets, Cameron Dawson on loan from Sheffield Wednesday. He joined later in the transfer window. At the back, the gargantuan 6'4" George Ray joins after his season with Tranmere, and Callum Rowe, who had a memorable FA Cup game against Liverpool for Aston Villa, also joined. Up front, Giovanni Brown from Colchester adds to our attacking threat, with Sam Nombe, who had a really impressive pre-season campaign. He joined from MK Dons. Timothy Dieng makes it 2 Frenchmen in the Grecians midfield after his signing from Southend United. And Jonathan Grounds joins after his departure from Swindon Town. And finally, this season's 1931 fund player is Josh Coley, a nifty little winger signed from Maidenhead United of the National League. That means he, of course, will wear the number 31 shirt for the Grecians this season. I'm sure you've all seen over the summer the heavy investment that we've put into the brand new surface here at St James Park. Chaz and his grounds team have worked so incredibly hard to get it looking as good as it does just behind me right here. So let's take a look from above in our drone. We've got a drone, don't you know? Grecians, it's been a long time coming, but finally, it's time to come home. We'll see you on Saturday. Come on, City!